Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Shoreline the Driveway, and we are entertaining another Pet Peeve Friday. Pet Peeve Friday or Soapbox Friday is brought to you by Shoreline the Driveway, just as I stated. I just said it twice. That's okay. You got 2 ears, right? One in one side, one in the other. So we're going to make this kind of fun and lively, and I got a couple of pet peeves I want to go over, and I got a prop for you, so it's going to be really fun. Stay tuned. So, grass blown into the street. I don't understand why when people mow their grass that the grass must be blown into the street. Do you understand that? Okay, so what's the pet peeve? Well, the grass blown into the street, if you're on a motorcycle, it becomes very slippery. It can cause an accident if you're on a motorcycle or even on a bicycle or a skateboard or roller skating or anything with wheels, really, except maybe a car. A car can blow through there with no problem because you got four wheels for stability. But anywhere where there's balance involved and you're blowing your grass out into the street, I think it's kind of rude and it's pretty unsightly. Now, some people come back and clean it up. So I'm not talking about you people. I'm talking about the people that blow it into the street thinking they got it out of their yard so they don't care what's in the street. I think that's rude. I think it's ridiculous. I've actually stopped on a motorcycle and I seen a guy blowing stuff into the yard, and I actually stopped him and said, "Hey, are you gonna clean this up? Is this just temporary, or are you gonna leave it there?" And he just kind of waved me off. So I'm thinking he's just gonna leave it there. But yeah, I mean, I think it's dangerous to leave cut grass in the street where a motorcycle could come around a curve or something and hit it and slide and go sideways. Of course, an accident, of course, wreck your bike, of course, all unnecessary. Anyway, okay, this leads me to my next pet peeve. You're sitting in a restaurant or maybe you're at church or you're sitting in a group of people. The lady next to you starts just going like this with her hair. It's okay, you take it out of your face, or if you have to do this, or, even do this, or even twist the ends. Okay, I get that, as long as you're not doing it for 45 minutes. But 45 minutes just petting yourself, petting your hair, just going exactly just like this for 45 minutes during a church service? I'm like, oh my gosh, stop already. I almost wanted to slap her hand and say, stop it, like an 8-year-old girl going, look at me, look at my hair. Isn't it wonderful? I love myself. I love my hair. I think it was ridiculous. No, I didn't say anything. But out the corner of my eye, I'm like, oh my gosh, is she ever going to stop petting her hair? So what do you think? You like the new look? Do you think green befits me? I think it's a little weird, actually. So anyway, I wanted to use this prop to demonstrate what I recently encountered. The petting of the hair and stroking for 45 minutes. It was a little much. Okay, the next thing I have is excessive tattoos and rings. I understand personalizing your body with some tattoos, and I understand getting a couple of well-flavored tattoos, and that well-flavored, I guess, isn't a good word for that, but like tasteful in good context. I'm not a big fan of people's names because that can change. Maybe if it's your kids or something, I get it. I don't know why it needs to be branded on your body. I don't know. I think the tattoo should be meaningful. I think they should mean more than a Friday night drunk out with the girls getting tats. I mean, I don't get that. It's pretty immature. But it also sends a real message. Now, a tattoo is kind of forever. I mean, getting them off is real pricey, and I hear it's real expensive, and it hurts. I hear it's painful getting them off. Not so bad putting them on. I guess, again, that depends on where you're putting them. When you have these all over your face or on your neck or even on your hands and you're not able to hide them like under garments, I think it kind of detracts from your marketability if you're looking for a job. If you want a good job, that is. Now, if you want to go down and work at Walmart or something or down at McDonald's, it's probably fine. They probably don't care. For what they're paying you, they don't have to care. But And this is my personal opinion. You can bash me, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Not really, but I'll comment. I'll reply back. I just think it's distasteful to have tattoos on your face or in public view if they're not in good taste. And any tattoo on your face is not in good taste, even if your face needs something. Even if your face needs makeup, a tattoo is not a good way to do it. Personal opinion, if you're going to have tattoos, do it sparingly and keep them out of sight. Now, on the arm or something in the summer, that's different if it's not too much. The sleeve tattoos, I think those even get I think those are a bit much. And how much money are you spending on that? Like, that's got to be thousands of dollars. And I can see better ways to spend that money. But if you're getting like a little butterfly or heart on your ankle or something, okay, I get it. Or maybe you want that tramp stamp. Remember, that tramp stamp stays forever. So if that's something you want on your body, then your choice. A couple of tasteful tattoos are okay, but if you're putting them on in this area, I'd say from your neck up, I'd say stay away from that area completely. But anyway, that's just a personal opinion. Piercings, I'm not a big, I'm not even a fan of guys having earrings. An earring, I know that was a thing in the 80s, but I think when older men have earrings, I think it just gives the wrong message. I'm kind of old school that way. I don't transition to new societal norms. I think they're weird. I'm more old school, but that's just me. I don't think men should be wearing a bunch of jewelry on their face or their ears. And women should do it in good taste. I don't think they should be big and bulky and gaudy. Simple, clean, and, keep them on the ear. If they hang down, don't let them hang way down, just, real low. But leave that stuff for women, okay? Man, don't be doing that stuff. It doesn't look good. You may think it looks good. It doesn't. Okay, next. And this is one that I'm not going to labor on because I think everyone kind of agrees to it, but those that do it are not going to stop. And that's smoking. Smoking doesn't make anyone look good. I think it particularly looks bad with the women when they smoke, but it doesn't look any better when the men do it either. It just says that you're addicted to something and you can't stop. So it means that you don't have any self-discipline. I know it's hard to quit, and I have never smoked. I have never even taken a single puff, so I really can't speak to it. I know it's hard to quit, but I also know many have quit. I know both of my parents, when I was growing up, they both smoked, and they both quit. So I know it can be done. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I mean, I just don't think smoking is attractive. I think the cost, if I was a smoker, I think the cost alone would force me to quit, but that's just me. But it doesn't look good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for those around you. So smoking for me, that's a big But moving on. Okay. This is one that just, I don't know. I don't understand it. Okay, let's say you have a property. It doesn't matter how big the property is. But in your front yard, you have a bunch of junk cars piled up in your front yard. Do you think that looks good? Are you going to get them running one day? Do they run at all? Do they have plates on them? Are they registered? Are they just parked cars? To me, a junky front yard gives not only bad curb appeal, but it also just says something about the owner, that you're messy, sloppy, disorganized, don't care. If you are that one or two junkyard, you have one car in your yard that's junky, move it to the back. Other people don't want to see it. If you have, your front yard should be a display of your personality, and it should not be cluttered with a bunch of ornaments or gnomes or hoses that aren't reeled up or just unsightly trees that have been hacked down to a stump that's 4 feet tall. Clean your yard up. Make it look nice. Your front yard is your first impression when someone drives by your house, or if you're trying to sell your home, you're going to have to clean it up anyway. Keep your mess in the back. Clotheslines, put them in the back. Extra lawn chairs, put them in the back. You've got what are those things that you tie to a tree and you lay in the hammocks, put them in the back. They just don't belong in the front yard. Now, if your house is one of such where you have zero backyard, maybe your house is on a cliff and you don't have any other choice, then a second choice would be to move that stuff to the side yard or put it behind a fence. But make it look, stand in your street and look at your house and assess yourself objectively. Look at your house like you don't know who lives there and be like, does this yard portray my personality? Does it tell a little story about who I am? Am I clean? Am I neat? Does my grass look nice? Do I have, holes all in the yard? Do dogs tear it up? Or is a dog fence in the front yard or side yard? That doesn't look good. People don't want to see your dog pets, dog feces, or dog remnants, or dog damage. That stuff is unsightly. And I'm a dog lover. I don't have one now, but I've had dogs in the past, and I've had dogs my whole life. I've just more recently, in the last couple of years, 4 or 5 years, I haven't had a dog. But keep them out of view. Keep them clean. Keep the area picked up. All right, junky cars. Oh, here's one. You guys can probably relate to this one for sure. Talking loudly on your cell phone. You get a call, you're in a quiet place, you could be at church. Of course, you got your phone silenced, hopefully. You're respectful of others. Or if you're in a restaurant or a movie theater, it's not going to ring loudly. You can hear it vibrate or... Anyway, the right thing to do is to take the call and go outside immediately. Like if it's an important call. If it's not important, you see it, just let it go to voicemail or go ahead and cancel it and let it go to voicemail. Be respectful of others. Call back. Sometimes I'm guilty of this too. I'll get a call and I think, I need to take this call. It's important. I've been trying to get a hold of them and now they're calling me back. But sometimes it's not important. A lot of times it's not. But you even see it on TV all the time. They're in a restaurant, the phone goes off, I got to take this. No, you don't. But the 1% chance that you do have to take the call, then do it in the right manner. You answer the phone. Right away you say, hold on, give me a second, let me step outside, and then exit promptly. And then make the call short, quick, and get back to what you were doing. I seen recently on a TV show where they're in a support group. They're actively engaged in a support group. They're talking in a circle. Guy gets a phone call. Everybody's staring at the guy who's getting the call, and rightfully so. Mute your call. You're only in the support group for maybe 30 minutes or an hour. Give them your dedicated time and attention and put those calls on hold. What happened 20 years ago? We didn't have cell phones. What did they do? They called your house, and if you weren't home, that was it. They just called back. No big deal, right? But now it's suddenly, since we have cell phones, it's so important that we don't miss that call. Okay, if you got an important call, take it outside. Take it outside quickly, make it short, and come on back. So these are some of my pet peeves. But when I say these are pet peeves, they're small ones. These aren't like huge things that I alter my life and they don't give me some kind of way about them. These are little pet peeves. These are just things I like to talk about to make an interesting video, hopefully stir up some conversation and get you guys talking. And please leave your comments. They don't all have to be good comments. They can be, who are you to tell me I can't pet my hair? Nobody. Pet your hair by all means. But this is what I'm going to be thinking if I see it, especially if it's in excess. Everything, it's kind of like in excess is not good for you about anything, really. Air is good for you. You have to breathe, right? But if you breathe too much, what happens? You hyperventilate. It's not good for you, right? So everything has to be done in moderation. If you can be eating something that's really good for you, you're eating that item, but if you eat too much of it, is it good for you? No, probably not. Keep things to moderation. Anything that's good for you, if you're doing too much of it, it's not good for you. Like some of you workout freaks. Now I work out too, but some people are gym rats and take it to an excess. Maybe that they make a living doing that. Maybe they're bodybuilders and they always have to be in the gym. But even too much of that in excess is not good for you. It's not good for you. So just remember, and tattoos, they're fine. Just don't go crazy with them. Don't just be getting tattoos just because you want to get a new paint job on your body. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. But so what do you guys think? You like my wig? Did you like it? Guess where I picked this up? Super buys. Paid $1 for it. What'd you think? I thought it was a cute prop. I think I look hideous. Be honest. Do I look hideous? Hey, at least I'm not doing this, right? I love my hair. Anyway, let me know what you think. The hair is ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for joining me today on Pet Peeve or Soapbox Friday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Here in Middle Tennessee, we are expected to be hit with this. Actually, it's hitting more than just Tennessee. Snow and ice mix Saturday and Sunday, so it's going to be, I think we're going to lose power. I don't think the snow is going to be a whole lot where I'm at. I don't think, it doesn't take much here to lose power. It doesn't. And I hope they respond quickly and get it turned back on, which hasn't always been the case. One tree has knocked power out here for a whole day. I know down in Florida, when you lose power, boom, they're on it. Now, sometimes I bash Florida, but I will give Florida some kudos on this. Some kudos in that they do respond quickly to power outages. They've had a lot of practice with all the hurricanes, so they do get that power back on pretty quickly. And I was always amazed by that and always surprised when I lost power in Florida. But here, you lose power, it takes them a little while. But, you know, maybe they get better with practice. But I'm hoping they don't get any practice this weekend. It's also going to get bitter cold, single digits overnight and not much warmer during the day. So we kind of need our power. I do have propane backup, but you can run out of propane. I don't have a lot of propane. I have a 30-pound bottle that I continually to refill, but I use it as a secondary heat source and to augment the heat pump system here because it's, you know, it's not adequate when it gets really cold. So, but that's another subject. Anyway, I wanted to just wish you guys to be safe and be mindful and get whatever items that you think you might need for an extended power outage. Again, don't go in excess. Don't be buying up all the toilet paper. Don't be buying up all the milk. Just, you know, it's just a few days. We'll be out of it. Maybe it won't be that bad, but you always prepare for the worst and hope for the best in these situations. Look out for your neighbor. If you know they need help or they're not real mobile, you can do something, go to the store for them, or you got some items that they could use, that'd be great. That's what God intended us to do, and that's a good thing. So be safe out there with the winter storm across all the states, especially Middle Tennessee. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining me.